9 things you'll regret not letting go of, and how to release them. Let's face it, letting go is hard. Whether it's an old grudge, a mistake that still haunts you, or a version of your life that didn't quite pan out the way you hoped, it's easy to carry things long after they've stopped serving us. Sometimes we hold on because we think letting go means losing control. Sometimes it's because we're scared of what comes next. But more often than not, holding on too tightly keeps us stuck, stressed, and disconnected from the lives we actually want to live. Here's the thing, there's freedom on the other side of release. Not just peace of mind type freedom, but real, tangible change. When you learn to let go of what no longer fits your growth, you make space for what does. So if you're feeling a little weighed down lately, here are 9 things you might want to consider loosening your grip on, along with some gentle, practical tips on how to actually do it. 1, the need to always be right. You know that moment in an argument when you feel the tension rise, your heart's racing, your jaw clenched, because you're sure you're right, and you need the other person to admit it. We've all been there. But here's the hard truth. Winning an argument often comes at the cost of connection. When the need to be right trumps understanding, empathy gets pushed aside. And in the long run, it damages relationships far more than being wrong ever could. Let it go by asking yourself in the heat of the moment, what matters more, being right or being kind? Practice active listening. Let someone else have the last word sometimes. You'll be surprised how freeing it feels not to have to prove your point all the time. 2, the way things used to be. It's human nature to crave what's familiar. We look back at old photos, recall happier times, or imagine what could have been if life had just taken a different path. But while reflection can be meaningful, living in the past can trap us in a loop of regret and longing. Growth doesn't happen in reverse. You can honor your past without trying to recreate it. Let it go by, appreciating your memories while embracing the present. Make space for what's unfolding now. Ask yourself, what am I missing out on by focusing so much on what used to be? 3, old mistakes and regrets. Mistakes can feel heavy. They linger in our minds, keeping us awake at night. Sometimes we replay them over and over, wishing we'd made a different choice, said something better, or taken another path. But what if your biggest mistake also held your biggest lesson? Let it go by, acknowledging what happened, offering yourself forgiveness, and identifying what you learned. Write yourself a letter from a place of compassion. Say what you wish someone else had said to you. Then let it rest. You are not your past. You are who you choose to become next. 4, the desire to control everything. Control feels safe, predictable, reassuring. But real life, it's messy and uncertain. When you cling to control, you often wind up disappointed, anxious, and exhausted. And the truth is, most of what we try to control is actually outside of our hands. Let it go by, focusing on what is within your control, your responses, your effort, your boundaries. Practice surrendering the outcome. Start small, maybe by not checking your emails after a certain hour or by allowing others to help you. The more you loosen your grip, the more life can surprise you in beautiful ways. 5, toxic relationships. Not everyone is meant to stay in your life forever. Some people drain you more than they lift you. Some relationships keep you stuck in cycles of guilt, obligation, or self-doubt. Letting go doesn't mean you didn't care. It means you care enough about your well-being to choose peace. Let it go by, evaluating how you feel around certain people. Do you feel anxious, small, or unworthy after spending time with them? Begin setting clear boundaries. If necessary, take space. And remember, you're allowed to protect your peace, even if it makes others uncomfortable. 6, unrealistic expectations. We set expectations without even realizing it. How quickly we should heal, how others should behave, how life should unfold. When those expectations aren't met, we're left feeling disappointed or like we've failed. But maybe the problem isn't reality. Maybe it's our attachment to a version of it that never existed. Let it go by checking in with your expectations. Are they kind? Are they flexible? Are they yours? Or are they shaped by other people's opinions? Replace shoulds with coulds. Give yourself permission to adjust, adapt, and be imperfect. 7, fear of change. Change is scary because it's unknown. But staying in the same place out of fear can rob you of opportunities, growth, and new joys. Fear says, what if it goes wrong? Courage says, what if it goes right? Let it go by reframing your mindset. Instead of dreading change, view it as a doorway to a new chapter. Say yes to something small and new. The more you practice walking into the unknown, the more confidence you'll gain. 8, negative self-talk. Would you talk to a friend the way you talk to yourself? If the answer is no, something needs to shift. That inner critic, the one that says you're not enough, that you'll never get it right, that you're a burden, isn't the voice of truth. It's the voice of fear. Let it go by noticing the pattern. When you hear a harsh thought, pause and ask, is this helpful? Is this true? Replace the judgment with compassion. Speak to yourself with the same warmth you would offer someone you love. 9, the need for approval. It's natural to want to be liked, But when your sense of worth depends on other people's opinions, you give away your power. No matter how hard you try, you'll never be everyone's favorite. And that's okay. Let it go by, defining success and happiness on your terms. Ask yourself, what do I value? What feels true to me? The more you align with your own values, the less you'll need external validation. Final thoughts. Letting go is a superpower. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about choosing peace over pressure, clarity over chaos, and growth over perfection. It's about learning to live with your heart open and your hands less clenched. You don't have to do it all at once. Start with one thing. Be gentle with yourself. Celebrate every tiny release. The more you let go of what weighs you down, the more you'll rise into the life you're meant to live. And remember, you don't have to carry it all to be strong. Sometimes, strength is found in what you're brave enough to set down.